think ancient Rome was peaceful? You are completely hallucinating, bro. Their history is pure toxic energy. To understand Rome, look back. Look back to 753 BC. Twin brothers Romulus and Remus, abandoned to die as babies. Saved by a wild she-wolf. They literally drank wolf milk. Crazy. This brutal childhood shaped their minds. Nature taught them one thing: survive. Then came the ultimate throne dispute. No elections, no mature talking. Romulus wanted absolute, unchallenged power. So he smashed his brother's skull. Murdered with a single shovel, bro. Rome was literally built on fratricide. This dark event defined their mindset. Power belongs only to the ruthless. But then a new crisis hit. 0 women in the city. None. An absolute logistical nightmare, no cap. Without families, a nation dies out. Their solution? A giant trap. They invited neighbors for a feast. The Sabines suspected absolutely nothing. Then, Rome kidnapped all their daughters, a massive daylight hostage situation. This forced the tribes to merge. Savage DNA became Rome's foundation. Take what you need by force. Centuries later, they built a republic. Did the endless bloodshed stop? Oh heavens no, it surged. The legions went completely feral, stabbing everyone across the Italian peninsula. They perfected organized infantry warfare. But Rome was still just juvenile, a spicy local bully in Italy. Because across the ocean stood Big Daddy, the ultimate titan of the world. And that megapower was Carthage. Enter Carthage, the wealthiest trading empire. They controlled the entire Western Mediterranean, total monopoly over the trade waves. Rome was busy digging dirt. Carthage was busy stacking pure gold. Their power came from the sea, mountains of ivory and priceless luxury. But behind the wealth, deep darkness. Their culture relied on terrifying rituals. When their crops were failing, they threw babies into fire pits. Sacrifices to their god Baal. Dad, maybe just water the plants? Quiet, son, into the fire now. This shock factor deeply disgusted Rome. 2 opposite, equally terrifying superpowers. Rome sneered, dishonest, money-hungry crooks. Carthage scoffed, simple-minded, dirt-poor brutes. Geographically, they were destined to clash. Right between them was Sicily, the ultimate highly strategic prize island. Whoever controlled Sicily controlled trade. Not big enough for both egos. Superpower world war was completely inevitable. But the trigger absolutely unhinged. Meet the Mamertine's rogue mercenaries. Thugs from Italy looking for loot. Fired from jobs, heavily armed bums. They marched to the town Messana, crying, "We are poor, helpless boys." Ditzy citizens opened the gates. Instant betrayal. They massacred the men. Stole their wives, occupied their houses. Total psychopath behavior, real talk. The neighbor city Syracuse got furious. King Hero marched to punish them. Mamertines panicked and texted Carthage, "Come rub our bellies, big empire." Carthage happily sent a military garrison. They wanted a base near Italy. But then, the ultimate double-cross move. Mamertines secretly texted Rome on the side, "Hey, come save us from Carthage instead." Playing both superpowers like a fiddle. The Roman Senate heavily hesitated. Helping criminals look bad for honor. World war with Carthage was terrifying. Plus, Rome had 0 ocean experience. Sane countries would sit this out. But you would think, wrong, bro. Roman politics were engineered for war. They had 2 leaders called councils to prevent any single dictator rising. Their term, exactly 1 year. Want wealth? Want shiny glory? Want a giant naked statue made? You must secure a bloody conquest. Fast before your 365 days expire. Peace meant no political career advancement. Pure greed drove them to vote yes. They justified it as defensive expansion. The legions packed their heavy shields. The First Punic War officially exploded. Rome marched in, kicking Carthage out. Fun fact about Carthaginian military policy: failure meant public crucifixion. Lasers. Rome got statues, Carthage got nails. This fear made Carthage super cautious. While Roman commanders were reckless maniacs, furious, Carthage surrounded Rome inside Messana. They teamed up with Syracuse temporarily. "Come out and die, you brutes!" Romans charged out and annihilated them. Sicily panicked. Towns immediately switched sides. But Carthage built a massive army base, Agrigentum, a city protected by walls. Rome rushed over to block supplies. A horrific double-sided siege. Both armies literally starved together. Logistics became a nightmare across water. A desperate, brutal battle finally broke out. Rome won, but got absolutely cooked. 30,000 Roman casualties. Total disaster. Lesson learned: Rome needed a navy. You cannot win an island war without controlling the supply lines. Carthage ruled the sea. Rome ruled nothing. "We aren't letting candy-ass water stop us." Luck struck. A Carthage warship crashed. Found on the shores of southern Italy, Rome dissected it. Hit copy-paste. Cloned 120 warships from scratch. Time taken: just 2 freaking months. Farmers trained rowing on dirt benches. First naval battle: absolute embarrassment. Carthage sailors had better abs, better skill. They easily outmaneuvered and sank Rome. On land fire, on water drowning. But Rome's real superpower: relentless upgrades. They didn't copy to equal. They copied to surpass. Let's turn the sea into land. They invented a secret weapon: the Corvus. A giant, swinging, spiked wooden bridge. Next battle, Carthage sailed close to ram. Boom! The Corvus slammed down. Giant metal spike punched through their deck. Ships locked together in a death grip. Instantly, naval tactics became useless. It was now a brutal land battle. Roman legionaries stormed across and slaughtered. The invincible navy was totally outsmarted. The defeated Carthage general crucified instantly. The war became a brutal slugfest. Carthage hid behind giant coastal walls. Rome got sick of the slow progress. Time for the ultimate high-stakes gamble. Consul Regulus declared, "Screw Sicily. We are sailing straight for Carthage." Cut off the snake's head directly. Carthage fell into absolute blind panic. Roman landing meant total, horrific extinction. They poured wealth into a monster fleet.
We attack at dawn.
256 BC, Cape Ignomus. The showdown. 680 warships, 300,000 men. Ocean apocalypse. Largest naval battle in human history. To put it in perspective, nothing surpassed this scale for centuries. Rome formed a giant flying wedge, designed to punch through the center. Carthage came with a deadly trap. Their center feigned a chaotic retreat, luring aggressive Romans into deep water. Massive flanks sailed around to encircle, trying to dodge the terrifying Corvus. Perfect trap, but the ocean became crowded. Too many ships, not enough room. Total chaos took over the sea, fractured into 3 separate bloody war zones, oars shattering, ships slamming. Screams everywhere. Trapped in close quarters, Carthage choked. Their speed advantage was completely neutralized. Lost maneuverability. Became absolute sitting ducks. The Roman Corvus bridges kept slamming down, crushing enemy decks like a horror movie. Roman center broke through, turning around, smashed the Carthaginian rear, saving flanks. A complete, utter, glorious bloodbath. Against all odds, Rome secured victory. The invincible Carthage navy was shattered, reduced to splinters and floating corpses. The protective shield of Carthage was gone. The road to Africa was wide open. Roman legions are standing on the beach, marching straight toward the capital's gates. Can the richest empire survive this monster? Will Carthage find a way to fight or be erased from maps forever? The ultimate peak of ancient drama. Smash that subscribe button right now. Part 2 is gonna be wild. DNA